falling tree.
What?
That just blows over. And it was a huge tree.
Wow.
The trunk larger than I can hug.
Wow.
And it just falls from the roots down. Like the roots ripped out of the ground. So it looks like a war is going on. And
Crazy.
That was terrifying.
Now, when you say you dodged it, you were running at the pace you were running, and it fell down right behind you?
Well, I'm running in the path, and then the tree falls.
Whoa.
Like probably 10 feet away from me, and as it's falling, I avert my direction.
Okay.
To go around where it's going to fall.
Yeah, you make a right or whatever.
Huge thud. The kid I'm carrying sees it and starts screaming. There's all these other kids that are like, nobody got killed. But it's impressive because there were tons of people around that area.
Matthew, you're like Tom Cruise in War of the Worlds.
That's it. I felt like Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
Like I didn't see my reflection for a little bit, so I could just easily picture myself being Tom Cruise running around.
I didn't see my reflection for a bit, so for all I know, I was Tom Cruise.
Sometimes I picture myself as a Tom Cruise, or it's only ever Tom Cruise.
Okay.
Until I accidentally see my reflection in like a car window or something, and it breaks my suspension of disbelief, and I'm like, well,
yes, I'm not Tom Cruise after all.
Yeah, it's upsetting because sometimes you really build yourself up. You have this certain, and I'm walking different, and I'm But, that was my most heroic moment.
That's amazing, Matthew.
You don't know how great it feels when you're running in the pouring rain from this hurricane with trees falling beside you, carrying this screaming little girl. And
because I'd stay inside, go like, come in,
yeah.
Run now,
yeah,
stop standing and crying,
yeah.
Get to running.
Yeah, and so you get in, and everyone's inside. There's still kids down at the beach. Other kids.
Wait a second. Hold on. This changes where you're like, all the kids made it in except one. Then I went down there and picked her up and ran back, and a tree fell down. But there's still other kids at the beach.
I am one of my kids. One of the kids that I am in charge of. My group.
Oh, this act has become a lot less selfless.
There's a lot of chaos running around now. There's a lot of chaos. She was just standing there in the middle of the chaos. That's why I was able to pick her out so easily, because she's the one not moving. But afterwards, this is the selfless part where I was back up there, and they were like, no, you can't go back out there. It's too dangerous. There's trees falling. There's lightning hitting. It's like, there's still people down there. We can't leave them. And I ran back, and I scooped up more kids. I didn't pick them up because they were a little hefty. But definitely crack the whip. Let's go. Let's move.
Well, you were just firm with them?
Yeah, it's like that tree fell, and there's more bad things coming. Get up there. You're going to get wet.
Wow, Matthew, you're an everyday hero.
No.
But Matthew, does this count as a Tales from the Vortex if none of it happened to add Vortex?
I was about to say no. No, I disagree with our previous Tales from the Vortex introduction, because I think this was a tale outside of the Vortex, which was most of the other tales.
This is basically all tales.
Yeah.
Okay, should we come up with a tale from the Vortex?
Just to make up for the intro?
Yeah, I mean, we said we'd have a tale from the Vortex here, and then we just talked about being rained on and getting wet.
Oh, I got to deliver something. I'm remembering probably one of the first days. Well, it was one of the first days, didn't we? We were told we weren't really sure what our job description was. And I think my dad handed you a crowbar.
This wasn't on the first day, but this was relatively early on. This was in the first couple weeks.
Yeah, we asked, like, hey, what are we supposed to do?
Well, I mean, especially early on in that job, it was, here's a task. Do it. 20 minutes later, we're like, all right, now what task? Because we're new there. We don't know what we're doing there. Yeah. So we were just given tasks to perform one at a time. And there was one afternoon, I want to say after lunch, I was handed a crowbar. I don't know if you were handed anything, Matthew.
I think no. No,
and
I wasn't.
The two of us as a team with me wielding a crowbar were told to go up to a spare room of some sort with all kinds of shelving and basically told to destroy everything in that room. And I was thinking, what a great job this is. I'm just going to go trash some shelving with a crowbar? I've never gotten to use a crowbar legitimately, really, at all. And so we went up there, and Matthew, you basically proceeded to watch me take out a lot of aggression on some instant shelving units. And then I think I tuckered myself out and let you have a try for a little bit before saying, give it back. I need to go again.
There's more building up already. Yeah. No, I do remember. If I recall correctly, we destroyed more than we were supposed to. because the information was not very clear. I believe it was also the electrical room.
Yeah, you know
and I'm
what?
glad they stopped us when we did, because we were ready to just go right into
keep
some circuits.
destroying. Yeah, I'm only in retrospect am I thinking, why did they hand a couple of youngsters? We were 17 at the time. A couple of teenagers. Here's a crowbar.
We were Melba men at that point. not full grown men.
We were a couple teenagers with a crowbar sent into the electrical room to destroy stuff. What a disaster that could have been. That could have gone so badly.
Yeah. And it actually went okay. I think we took it ourselves out too.
Yeah. It was really, honestly, I feel like that's the type of job I'd like in a way. Like I'd like to be maybe not a demolition
human
man.
wrecking ball.
Yeah, just go in there like, here's a room full of stuff, trash it. Yeah, that's so much fun. You trash it. Mind you, I guess I'm forgetting the bad part of this job because we trashed everything, but then we had to get rid of it.
Well, that's someone else's job. I mean, like
we did have to do it.
We did have to, but in this fantasy land of Thomas the Train Engines and Jake. Thomas, wait, is there also a Thomas the Tugboat?
No.
But there's tugboats.
Tommy,
yeah.
Theodore
Tugboat. Yeah, and then I think there's also a plane. In a world like this, you would maybe like to be a wrecking ball.
Oh, okay. I see where this is going. It's like, what is this?
But you wouldn't also be the dump truck or like the truck that has to clean it up. So you would just get.
Now, would I be the wrecking ball or would I be the machine with the wrecking ball? I think because they all seem to be the vehicle, and not just an object.
I really feel like in this situation, your body would be the vehicle, your neck would be the crane part of it, and your
face
head
is the wrecking ball.
Would be the whole ball.
Oh,
and
that
you would
sounds
just
fun.
Be smashing through buildings, being like, "I love this job."
Yeah, just my face crashing through the wall, going like, "Yeah."
Yeah, you'd like turn a corner and you'd see people like having supper in their apartment building, be like, "I'm coming for you." Nope,
you're next.
You don't judge.
No,
you just destroy.
Oh, I like that idea.
Yeah.
I'm not here to judge. Say what's good, what's bad, what deserves to be destroyed. I'm just here to judge, to destroy.
You're like RoboCop without any programming and just
a
lot of
no. I'm like the bad machine from RoboCop. You know, they have that big 2-foot machine with guns for arms, and they're like, "Oh, this is the way of the future." And right away, in its unveiling to the board, it like shoots a guy 100 times and he goes flying out the window after being shot 100 times.
Is it because like someone takes a picture and it's like, we didn't think anyone would take flash photography?
That's it. And it's like, oh, it just made it go crazy. I'm more like that robot, not RoboCop, because I just destroy indiscriminately.
Okay. You love your job, you'll do it, but you'll also do it on your downtime, and that's when things get out of hand.
Things get out of hand, yeah.
Okay.
Now, Matthew, we destroyed these burgers. We ate them pretty quickly.
Yeah.
And I think we might be at the point of the show where where we start rating the burger.
Where we start?
Yeah, let's just rate the burger.
Okay.
Or talk more about the experience, because I thought Jenny was great.
Jenny was great.
Yeah. Jenny made the whole experience.
Kept apologizing for the ruckus that was happening, and it wasn't even that ruckusy. It was just a couple of older guys having a good time.
Having a good shout at each other.
Almost fighting each other. But
a couple of times.
But there was enough love.
So much there. Up and down with those guys. It was great. Like, they're telling, calm down. Hey, calm down. And then, 2 minutes later, he's like, well, now when you're putting, you need to put your feet about this far apart. Like, it was just the tone was so up and down.
Yeah.
That she needed to inform us that it's like, yeah, they're regulars. They go golfing on Thursday, so he's giving them some pointers, but they're going to come back here to get drunk.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, okay.
She even went to them, and we heard her say, it's like, guys, there's customers.
Yeah.
There's people who haven't been here before.
That's it. We have some new customers. It was like she was so desperate to make a good impression, a good first impression.
Yeah, and I don't want to say desperate.
Not in a bad way.
In a bad way,
yeah.
but in a please come back kind of way.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming. Please come back. I don't want to only hang out with these 3 old guys who are shouting at each other, intermittently.
Yeah. A lot, and I felt bad. I felt like now I need to go back, and I feel like I probably wouldn't because I've eaten the burger. I've gotten what I needed out of the place.
Well, Matthew, I mean, you can go back, say hello to Jenny, have a drink, watch a hockey game. Tonight is the first night of the NHL playoffs.
That's true.
If the Canadians have a good run, you've got weeks and weeks to go back and go watch a hockey game. I think, don't quote me on this, I'm no expert, I think the Canadians can make it through the first round against the Rangers. We've beat them, I want to say, every time we played them this season, if not 3 of 4. We've done well against them this season. I think we stand a good chance. Team seems well rested. It's looking okay. They're not a bad team, though. Round 2, though, it would be against Ottawa or Boston, whoever takes the other one out. And I think we could cream either one of those teams. So if we can make it through the first round, we can make it to the Eastern Conference Finals, I believe.
Okay.
That's where things get a little scary.
Yeah.
Depending on who we get. Which straw we draw.
Is that how they do it?
No. Well, I mean, no.
They don't draw straws?
No. It's the teams need to eliminate each other until there's only one left in each division in the East.
Is that a round robin situation?
No.
I don't know.
It's a bracket,
I don't
bracket
know
situation.
Sports. I know the term round robin because I played badminton once in high school.
Nothing to do with Baskin Robbins, unfortunately.
No.
Even though all the ice cream on round bins.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know very much about hockey, but I like that you don't want to be quoted on saying that they can do their job adequately.
Well, I mean, it's all their job. I guess their job is to win, but I don't want to say here that they're going to win the first round.
Say it.
I want them to, but I don't.
You don't have faith? Is that it?
Not that I don't have faith. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if it went the other way. I don't want it to, but I think it could.
Okay. I would, yeah. I love the chaos in the city.
Oh, I love it. This city is about to get so electric. I love the energy in this city. This year it seems a little more measured than it has in previous years. But maybe that's because we locked up our position in the playoff more than a week ago. So, the city's going to get electric as soon as this first round really gets going and a little animosity builds, as it always does in the playoffs. So we're going to start hating the Rangers so much, and we kind of do already, but we're going to hate them so much more.
Oh, yeah.
And, by next week, once we beat the Rangers, now I said it, and we face Boston or Ottawa. These are teams that we hate and that are nearby. Then the city's going to get really exciting. And then all bets are off. I can't wait for whenever it ends. And some cars flip and burn.
I love seeing police cars.
Oh yeah,
as we speak.
Yeah, I love seeing cars on fire. I love it so much. A few years ago, there was one night where 15 police cars were lit on fire. After we, I think we won the game.
Well, that seems targeted. Now it's not just random cars. You're saying 15 police cars?
Well, I mean, they started a riot. Like a bunch of dummies, and then left their cars all along the line of the riot. So, what's going to happen, dummies?
Oh, I forgot how much you don't like police.
I don't know how you could. And 15 of them were lit on fire, and it was in the news the next day, like, oh my God, the citizens of Montreal lit 15 cop cars on fire. Listen. They put them out there to be lit on fire. They put them right in plain sight. If they're smart, if these police had heads on their shoulders, they could have parked a block or two further, and then maybe 3 would have been lit on fire.
I wish you had been interviewed for like international news or something. So somebody watching in some other part of the country, like somewhere in the States, is like, "What's going on in Montreal?" They're lighting cars on, and it goes to you for some kind of explanation.
Well, they started the riot, and these dummies parked their car right along the riot.
It's like, when you leave your car here, you're asking for them to be thrown. This is what they wanted. This is what they deserve. You don't leave a car there if you don't want it to be lit on fire. This is part of the game.
Don't park along St. Catherine. Park on Levesque. Your car won't be lit on fire.
Yeah.
Park on Sherbrooke. You're safe.
Probably new cops, probably brought in because they heard of a commotion, but... Yeah. That's what happens.
You
leave a car out. It's
lit up. Not the most strategic of police forces. Headstrong and car weak.
Well, after you thin out their forces.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, they lose 15 cars. oh, now we need more money.